Hi guys, it's Amy and you have found Amy Loves Crochet. I want to thank you for clicking on my video today to spend time with me. I appreciate the interest. Today's video I'm going to go through a tote and find out what's in that tote. We never know what's going to be in there. You know, as I reorganize my things, you know, sometimes totes get combined, and so these always could be, you know, supplies or finished projects or things that I took to a vendor event that didn't sell, so I had to bring it back. So let's go ahead and go through this one and see what I've got. Oh my goodness. I forgot about this. I don't know when I started working on it. Woolly Wonders is a sweet little voiced gal that does a lot of baby type things, and so I used to follow her quite a bit because she's very, very thorough in her tutorials. And now that I'm a little more experienced, I need it to go faster, so I really don't watch her much anymore, but a lot of my beginning stuff was done from her. And so this is, I just wrote Girls Delicate Lace. She made it in pink with a 3.75 hook for a 6 to 12 month old. And so I made it in this blue with a 4mm hook. And now the yarn is a Pound of Love that got naked. Ooh, I found a hook. Yay! And that's always a good thing. This is a Pound of Love that has taken me forever and a day to go through. And there's a stick attached to it. And so, I don't know when I started making this. It was a long time ago. I'm trying to look for any sort of indication. But anyway, let's go ahead and take it out. So if her 3.75mm hook was to fit a 6 to 12 month old, and I only went up half a hook size to a 4, this is not, holy schmoly, this is not for a 3 to 6 month old. This is almost going to fit me. I think I'm making myself a little blouse here. That is not the intention. So it looks like your, you know, standard little yoke here. And then it's a V-stitch. These are a V-stitch. Going for my face. The V-stitch, and then a single, not a single, one double crochet. And then a V-stitch, and then one double crochet. And I like the Woolly Wonders gal because she does speak or teach or tutorial in US terms, even though she's in the UK, and a lot of them that are in the UK only say UK terms, and then it's very confusing. So I told myself, here is my little note to start at row 17. And yeah, so what's going to happen to this? I don't know. Am I going to continue it? It looks like I've got the starting for a shirt. Like, seriously. Like, this could seriously fit me, depending on what I do with the rest of it. I never would have considered that. Will my arm fit in here? Full arm? Well, yeah, I don't know. It's a pretty big arm. I think I might fit that. Let's see. Yeah, so Amy tries making something just slightly larger than a 1-year-old outfit, and it's fitting on this grand size adult person. What is up? Sooner or later, I'm going to get the hang of this, right? All right, I'm going to leave it on. This is one of my favorite patterns. I've done it a million times. It is by Hooked by Robin, and she does it with the Caron Big Cakes, which is why I started to do it with the Caron Big Cakes, because I had the Caron Big Cakes and I didn't know what else to make, so I started to follow her, and I love this pattern, so I go back to it quite a bit. There's like a cluster and then a chain, and then you do one more DC into the space, and then you've got 5 DCs here, and then you go back to the cluster, and then you work the next row. That cluster goes into the DC space. So I love it. It just goes boom, boom, boom. It works out so quickly. I think I've made this one 5 or 6 times. It is 40 by 46. So very, very nice size lap blanket with a little bit of length, you know, a lap blanket for you and your buddy, whatever. I love this colorway quite a bit. So see, this was the same as that sweater from a different video. I just recorded a different tote video and found a sweater in there that was made with this yarn. What a pretty colorway. I really like that. I wish I can remember what that one was called. So yeah, Hooked by Robin. I'll definitely put this link down in the description below because I really enjoy this pattern. I do it a lot. All right, let's see what else is in here. Okay, so while it did fit, it was a little bit tight and I was getting really hot, so I took that off. This is a very simple, cute little chevron. Let's see. What is the odds that every time I pick up a blanket to show you, I show you from the bottom side instead of the top side? So yeah, it looks like 1, 2, 3, like this wavy thing, and it just comes up and down. Normally in the top of this is like clustery, normally with a ripple blanket, but I like this one because it's just all open. And then just some, those half doubles. Again, sometimes they look, the gray is a half double, and then the yellow is just single crochet. So I'm not sure where I got this pattern from, but that was a good one. And again, a colorway that I enjoy very much. I don't know what, I believe this one was a Bernat Pop for sure. And I think it was called, I think it's called like Rainy Day, or is this the Botanical, Radical Botanical? There were a couple that I was really searching for, like I had only one skein, and I was kind of searching for another one, the same colorway to work a pattern, and so I was constantly on the lookout. I think this is the Botanical one. I don't know. Cute. I like the wavy top. I like, you know, so many blankets are just square at the top. So I might have put too many stitches in here because it feels kind of loopy-doopy, like it's not laying flat. But I really do enjoy a scalloped edge to a blanket. I think you maintain some of its cuteness. Okay, that one I'm going to save for last. This is another one that I really enjoy. I remember making it. It's almost very similar to this, but this is what I was talking about. Like there's usually more of a clustery thing in a wave. You go down with some singles and then come back up and do clusters. And sometimes there's clusters down in the valley. That's the valley, and then the mountaintop. So this was a really, really nice green, purple, and white. Off-white. Is this off-white? I think it's that Aran color of Red Heart Super Saver. So I really enjoyed that color combo. These are just 2 single crochet rows for the border. But this was a good size one too. Where's my label? This one is 54 by 58, so quite a big one. Like this one could probably go on my bed. It's on my toes now and way up to here. So this is a really, oh, I like that. Look how pretty. I like that. I think I might have to do another one of these. Okay, guys. And this one is, this one's one of my favorites. I really enjoyed this one. This was, the colorway, this was, I think this is Red Heart Super Saver. But the colorway I remember being Fair Isle, something like that. Maybe I don't remember after all. But there were 2 different colorways. There was this variegated skein that had, you know, they had the same colors in it, but this skein was like all solids. And then we had a skein that had, they had 2 different colorways. One was all solids, and one had this speckledy pattern in with it. So I just made hexes. I love hexes, and left it uneven, or not uneven, but not squared off. I enjoy the edges of the blanket like this. And with what I did with this one is I did a whip stitch with the colors that were offsetting. So like you could see the colorway. Did I connect as I go on this one? I think I might have did this as a connect as you go, join as you go. I think I did this one as a join as you go, because then that's how the colors are all matching up. I think I did. But I love the color combinations that came up in here. Like, no two hexes are the same. You know, before I've talked about not being able to do a color change in the center of a round. I did one video where I talked about you'd have to hold a gun to my head to make me create a square that had an incomplete, you know, if you're going to do different colors in different rows. But in this case, like that pink, a different Amy would have cut the pink out and just started it with a solid green. But this was go as you flow as you go, Amy. This was, you know, just going with it, Amy. And I don't even care that they're not solid. Like, all of it is chopped up in different colors. And so this is one of my all-time favorites that I think that I've made. And it's such a simple, like the yarn is economy yarn, and I think I even bought it off of a lot on eBay. So I paid maybe $1 a skein for it, and ended up with one of my most favorites. So wow, check that out. So you guys, this is why I love variegated so much. Would I have ever thought to put tan with these pinks and blues and greens? Like, these are not color combinations I would come up with on my own, but I absolutely love every single one of these. Like, they're so different. All of them have like an attitude all their own. I just love it. So if you have not before made a hexagon blanket, Hooked by Robin is one of my all-time favorites. She does really, really, really good tutorials, and she does one, that's where I got this one as well, I'm sure of it, a join as you go. She did one, and also very, very, her tutorial yarn that she used was very variegated, very variegated. Variegated, is that one of those things that it doesn't have an amount? If you're variegated, you're variegated. It's like you can't be more pregnant. You either are pregnant or you're not. So you're either variegated or you're not. To say very variegated is goofy. Anyway, I loved this yarn color combo, and I think it worked up really well. You know, one of the things that you always have to decide is what kind of pattern are you going to use with whatever yarn you're picking up. Do you lead with the yarn and then decide what pattern to use, or do you decide on a pattern that you want to make and then figure out what yarn would go best with that? So I kind of do both, you know, depending on what's driving me at that point in time, because it can be either the pattern or the yarn. So you know, this yarn, you really could have just gone some sort of a, you know, traditional looking blanket where you go back and forth, or, you know, make a wave or something like that. But the way that it worked out in giving you different, the different variegated patterns, I just love it. Love, 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 love it. Alrighty guys, so that tote's empty too. I've got one more that I need to record and share with you, and then we've gone through all my totes, and everything that I'm making I share with you at the time, so there's nothing left held back to share with you. So after we say goodbye here, I've got one more to record, and then I'm all done with my what's in that totes, at least for a little while. Maybe we'll come back and revisit ones a year later or something like that. I know that they'll get mixed up again because I do have a vendor event, or by the time you see this I would have had a vendor event for which I need to empty the totes and take a look at what I want to bring to the vendor event. So that's why I'm doing the rest of these 3 totes all today and getting them recorded, so I can get the totes and find out what's inside if it's going to come with me to the vendor event. So thank you guys so much. I hope you have a wonderfully blessed day. I hope you'll come back and see me again. Click that subscribe button if you haven't already so you won't miss my next video. I'll see you later. Thank you. Bye-bye.